Okay, right now I'm outside. This is one of the landscape design pillowcases, and yes, you can see it got all pilly, that I've been working on with scrap fabrics. And this is really just to give myself an idea, a way to move into doing this. So these can be in scrap fabrics because I guess you could call it a practice piece. But anyway, I'm using our little garbage bin here and I have one of my drawing boards underneath here, and I've got the pillowcase on here, and you will see I just did a video about flower looms, and I happen to make my own three-pointed loom, and that's what I'm going to use as the trees that are across the street, which are over there. And yes, that's a plastic bag, and there aren't any whales here to swallow it, but there are crows and hawks and turkeys, so I'll be picking that up. But you see 29 trees total that have to go on here, from here, where that little piece of fence is, all the way over to, on the board, it would be here. So that's about 18 inches on fabric, and there has to be 29 trees. So let's start at this side over here, because it's easier. So there's the house. They have a rhododendron there, and so one of the trees would be here. There's a line, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm using blue chalk, and as soon as you get a handle on where one of them is, you can then easily map out the rest of them. That is that one. But this is a part of landscape design. Now, if I were coming up with a new plan for the people across the street, just want to make sure, 1, 2, 3, there is another one here. I would have to be mapping out what's already there. Now, because I live across the street, I can look out my window and know which ones are bigger, which ones are smaller, which would be in the way. But I'm just doing this kind of random sketching. Just to get the different elements in and see if I come up with the 29 that I counted before. And I'm going to be short. I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what that is, there's actually a tree right where that is. What that is, the ones that I'm missing, you see the street sign, you see a green metal box, a bush, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I missed those 5 at the very corner. And so this is, it's a good thing I'm telling you this, because what you have to get used to is not having to redo it all again. So, because I was guessing at how far away this one was from the house, and kind of coming up with my own scale, I'm off there. This should be like back here. And then I would have enough room for the other 5. So now I could go inside and get another color of chalk and correct it. You know, like go get orange and move everything over, and then the orange ones would end up being correct. And then I can make 29 of these and sew them down. I'm actually thinking of using the white treadle, and maybe even, you see how they're gonna be in a line. I may even just stitch the line. or stitch this line, or stitch them that way. We'll see how it goes when I get to that part. But for now, I just wanted to tell you how to be on location. And you see 2 cars over there that are beyond all of the trees that I've put on my page. But let's say they needed a driveway and there were 29 trees in the way. You'd have to be able to figure out where are you going to put the driveway and what trees are you taking out. So, but it's easy with chalk. In fact, if I had my chalk box with me, I wouldn't even have to go back in the house. So I would recommend any artist, fine artist, graphic artist, landscape artist, do a couple of these of your street, your yard, your parents' house, somebody's house, and just get the feel for how we think we know a scale in our head and we're usually off. And because this particular piece isn't like cross stitch that has so many stitches per inch, I'm going to be guessing. But my guess was off and I lost 5 trees. But now, if I had been doing this in pen and ink, and even if I had penciled it in, I'd be erasing all of that, which then would not look very professional, and I'd have to redraw the whole thing anyway. Another reason why I encourage people, even when it looks this kind of scrappy, to use fabric whenever you can, because this is the world we live in now. And somebody went to the grocery store, bought something, and didn't throw the bag away. So some animal is going to die if people like me or you don't pick those up.